G'day viewers, Ivan here from Peak Offroad Equipment, Wetherill Park, Sydney, Australia, and welcome to the workshop. These are more appropriate than the other ones post-haste because we're going to try and do it as we're going to show you the problems we're faced with customers and what needs to happen, what has to happen, what can happen with fitting a rooftop tent. Now, in this case here, today we've got a 79 series, dual cab. And for all intents and purposes, let's say it has no canopy at all. So what we have, and let's follow up and have a look. Have a look here, we've got a 79 series dual cab. Right, as you can see, it's a lovely truck. It's got a interesting steel tray and all is fine. Aluminium steel matters little. Right, but what we have here, we have the stick of truth up there, and this indicates basically how big a tent is. So in this case here, Alu-Cab, Bush Company, Bundu Tech, Boss Aluminium are all marked on the stick. Now as you can see, the tent is quite long. This is 1800, close enough to, and it's a standard tray. And it has a hoop bar at the front and a hoop bar at the back. Now with this hoop bar, the big issue is with all hoop bars right here, is they move, right? Some a lot, like this one, and others not so much. Either way, when you span this amount over corrugations, unsupported, this hoop bar will slightly move like this. It will flutter. And if you know anything about aluminium, it doesn't like that. The stress gets on them and aluminium will crack. Plenty of photos about all that. Now, to fit this rooftop tent, we've got another problem, is right here. If we've mounted the tent directly onto these bars, we don't have enough room. What we normally ask customers, or not customers, is 40 mil, 2 fingers. 2 fingers gap between anything on the cab and the tray because the cab moves independently to the tray. So when you've got maximum flex, the car will move like this and also side to side. So what we want is 40 mil on this sort of scenario here with so little here. The longer the overhang, the more the gap. So if this was like you can on most tents, get to 800 mil overhang, I would probably want 60 or 50 mil, depending on how long and the car and all that business. There's a little bit there, but not too much. So how do we go to fix it? Well, very simply, I'll just move my step. This is not a difficult design. This is about, I think Dave said 12 or 15 kilos. Say hello to Dave.
Hey.
Dave is again fitting, filming up for us. Now, as you can see, it's a frame. What we're going to do is we're going to cut back off and we're going to actually fit this frame on. Now, something like this to get made, I had one customer come in one morning and 2 days later come back with a similar one. What we're going to do is add some photos as well of other cars, one with a Norwell canopy, another one with a kind of home-built tray, not canopy. And all of them have the same issue. You cannot mount to a canopy. There's nothing to mount it to. We have a hoop bar at the back, a front hoop bar or a headboard, and let's do that. So I'll see you with the magic of editing shortly. Right, as a removable item, this, could you imagine with the tent already on it? It's a matter of lifting this on and off. So what we've got here, an L-piece, some square tube, 28 mil Uni-Strut bar. Now if we get the stick of truth, because we've done this before, this is not the first time this has been on and off. The tent will now fit on here, roughly there speaking, and here's that 40 mil. See that 40 mil? It's not quite, it'll be probably about 38, 35 even. And now what we're going to do is going to bolt the tent on. Now, like I said to you, to take this on and off is minutes in the work, and you would normally leave the tent on there. So in this case, it's all been bolted, it's only been welded on the ends here, and it's something that you can remove on and off really easy if you have some sort of gantry system, which you can make if you go to a boat chandlery. There's many pulleys they use to pull sails up with, which has many pulleys, so the effort of pulling is reduced sometimes 4 to 10 times. So pulling 100 kilos, you may be only pulling up 5 or 10. So it's a simple way of doing it. Again, with the video editing, we're going to go and just going to put the tent on now. Right. Okay, as you can see, the tent is on. Now, Dave and I just put this on, and seriously, it's about as long as the video is so far, about, I don't know, 8-10 minutes from start to finish and all the mucking around. As you can see now, you saw this construction that was made to join the two hoop bars together. They're 28mm Uni-Struts, which we sell. They're flat at the bottom, and they've got end caps. So the end caps make it all pretty. And if you were getting really excited, you would go and powder coat that black. We have black end caps, and it will just morph into whatever. Now, for instance sake, if you wanted to move this hoop bar further in, so you have a maximum of 800 overhang, so we can go all the way over here, but we'd want that last bar to be around here-ish. So if we go back to our stick of truth, which is always exciting. Now this all works, so there's my markings. So right there, that's how far the tent could be further back. One here, one over there. As you can see, over here, Dave, look how far forward that bar is now, considering it could be all the way over here. I can't hold this forever up here. But that is how you realistically mount it to twin hoop bars with nothing in between. Now, as far as on and off, guys, Dave and I, we have a forklift, which is, you know, godsend. But if you have a mounting system, you only have to mount it and make it happen once. To remove this is one, like we'll just go from the outside, Dave. One, I would put a third here, or even a fourth. And it's just like super quick. Very simple. These questions have been asked by customers days and days ending. With the other two photos that I've also put in, with the Norworld as well, and there's also another one with the 300s, top 300. This is the way to do it. These are expensive tents. You do not mount it on two bricks on one end of the tent and the other tent and then jump in and out of it. Corrugations with these will crack the mounting points. If you really want to do it somehow like that, go get your kitchen table, mount the tent to the table, then ratchet strap the tent to your tray. They'll be much better for the tent. As far as awnings and everything goes, it all works. This application here works for Bush Company, Alu-Cab, Boss Aluminium, basically all the tents, because all the tents end up going onto 3 load bars, or sometimes on 2 if you can't get away with it. But nice to have 3. By the time you put a tent and awning on this, it's like $8 grand. It's not something that you willy-nilly do that. Now, this has all been done before. You're not reinventing the wheel. Like I said before, a customer came in 2 days later, it was like $900 for someone to make that for him. Remove it on and off, 5 minutes. Either way, on, off. Takes you longer to get the tools and put the tools away than it does to take the tent off. All right, guys, let's a quick walk around of the tar. I need to do that because I need to show a couple other things. Now this one here, I'll show you these ones. We'll go through here. This setup here is all removable. This is a work truck. So the canopy removes, tyre goes on the headboard. All this is unbolted very quickly. This stays, the shower curtain stays, but all the rest is removable. The reason why the customer wants this all removable, because he has to do 2 things, and neither he can do well. You can't do work well and do camping well. You need to pick. So his option is to do work well. Empty it out when he wants to put this together, It is a matter of minutes, like 10, 15 minutes. This rolls on straight on, this bolts to that, that bolts with only 4 bolts. Alrighty, thank you for watching us, and thank you Dave for shooting the video and editing it. It's a wonderful thing he does, and we'll see you next time. Hooroo guys.